are these distractions? Are they legitimate beefs that the president has? Let's go to Mark Steyn. I probably got a very, upbeat view of all of this. Mark is a multiple bestseller, but I think I've read virtually all of his books, maybe not all of them, but they have a common theme. They have a common theme. Titles that will really bum you out. For example, The Future of the European Past, Lights Out, Broadway Babies Say Goodnight, The Undocumented, After America, America Alone, I Hate Everybody. No, that's not. I just added that in there. Mark, very good to see you.
Yeah, don't forget, head for the hills. The whole powder keg's about to go up. Right, Coming soon.
Exactly. And is the Earth overrated? Another popular toe tapper. Mark, when I'm looking at this, I kid you, but I also commented that you're pressing a lot of these developments that we don't see until it's too late. And I was thinking of just your last book and what we're seeing right now play out, and that is a guy who Jack Welch had equated to a glass breaker who's coming in and to bust heads and to take names and to change the system. And he's running into a buzzsaw of resistance. And he felt, that is Welch, that a lot of this Russia stuff is subterfuge to just go after killing that agenda, killing him. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think the whole Russia thing is basically a kind of bit of reverse engineering to provide cover for the fact that the Democrats and the permanent bureaucracy in particular and their friends in the media are trying to interfere with the results of the election. Trump is basically attempting to get his agenda through, not only over the Democrats, but over the bureaucracy and over something like 2/3 of his own party. And that's a challenge. And this Russia thing, I think, goes nowhere as a serious proposition. I mean, I can't even be bothered kind of wrapping my head around it, the idea of Russian interference in the U.S. election. But the fact that this turmoil is being used to obstruct the day-to-day business of the United States government is serious.
But Mark, what I think, I agree with that premise, by the way, but which should have you running the other way. But what I worry about is sometimes that old Nixon line, I gave him a sword. Remember he said that to David Frost, that he provided ammunition to his enemies. And I'm wondering if the latest ammunition here might have come from the White House, having operatives or those who work on the White House staff meet with Devin Nunes of the House Intelligence Committee to feed this sort of cloak and dagger argument that he's trying to manipulate stuff to his advantage or cover up stuff or just, drop in someone's lap on an intelligence committee stuff that could vindicate him. That is what fuels this, there must be something going on argument, right?
Well, if you take seriously the idea of House and Senate investigations, and I don't actually, I think they're two parts of the American system that no longer work as they're meant to work. I remember a couple of years ago when John Bolton was nominated for a UN ambassador, and Barbara Boxer solemnly asking a witness whether it was true that at one point John Bolton had got so heated that he'd put his hands on his hips and was going full Carmen Miranda on everybody. So, if you think that the purpose of congressional oversight is to re-choreograph John Bolton's hip movements, it's a terrific system. If you
by the way, President Bush, went past that system by just making a recess appointment here. So but that's where we've gone with this, right? And I'm wondering, this is all, if you buy the premise this is meant to distract, and there are many who argue otherwise, it is also meant to plant seeds of doubt about the administration, and judging by the media, it's clicking, right?
But only, I think, within a very inside baseball world. I mean, I do not believe the American people would like something done about immigration. They would like something done about jobs. They take it for granted that Putin is prosecuting his nation's interests, and insofar as they're interested, they'd like the United States to prosecute its interests. I'm with Lord Palmerston. Lord Palmerston famously said, England England has no eternal allies and no eternal enemies, only eternal interests. And serious nations prosecute those interests, not always in savory ways, and that is what the American people want. On your network, Neil, every day of the week, you cover. I was listening to Varney and Co. this morning, and Stuart's all excited because Amazon have come up with a plan to drop a triple cheeseburger direct in your mouth by drone within 6 minutes. And yet, when you get to Washington, we're dealing with cumbersome mid-20th century entitlement programs that defy any way of reforming them. People are sick of the sclerosis of big government institutions.
All right. Well, next time you just say how you really feel. Mark Steyn, syndicated columnist, his next book, Santa Claus, Overrated. Don't miss that one. It's a guaranteed bestseller.